Click the bell icon to get latest videos from Ekeeda.
Hello friends, in the previous lecture we have discussed about what are aldehydes and what are ketones. Along with that we have also discussed about the few examples, and as I have reminded you there, that is I am going to talk about the nomenclature of aldehyde and ketone, and that is the topic that I am going to discuss today. So now let us understand how can we give the nomenclature to the aldehyde and ketone. So now in this topic basically we are going to discuss about the nomenclature that could be given to the organic compounds which are either aldehyde or which are ketone. So talking about the first one, that is, let me talk about aldehyde first. So aldehyde, they have been named after the carboxylic acid. For example, the corresponding carboxylic acid. For example, if we talk about the formic acid, that is HC double bond OOH. So this is formic acid. So this is the carboxylic acid. But what if we talk about the aldehyde? So that is HC double bond OH. So the formic acid, that is, if I could write over here in this way. So the word IC acid is basically replaced by aldehyde. So that's the reason that this organic compound that we have, that would be named as formaldehyde. So this is the name that was in terms of a common name. But in terms of an IUPAC name, we have to follow certain rules, and by following certain rules only we could give the IUPAC nomenclature to the organic compound which is aldehyde, or which could be a ketone. So now let us first of all discuss about the IUPAC nomenclature rules for aldehyde. So in this we are going to discuss about the certain important rules that could be mentioned or that should be considered while giving the name to an organic compound which could be an aldehyde, and those are as follows. So starting with the first one, that is, the open chain aliphatic aldehyde is given the name of a corresponding alkane by replacing the last letter E with Al. So talking about the second point, that is, the carbonyl carbon is assigned as number 1. So as you know that for an aliphatic aldehyde, so the carbonyl compound, that is an aldehyde group, that should be given as carbon number 1, and the other carbon that is attached to the aldehyde group, that should be assigned as carbon number 2, and so on, 3, 4, and so on. So now let us discuss about the third point, and the third point is the aldehyde group, that is the formyl group that has been attached to the alkyl group. The aldehyde group, when attached to a ring, the full name of the cyclic ring is returned followed by the suffix carbonaldehyde. So this is the main 3 points that I am going to discuss, and based on this only we are going to assign the nomenclature for IUPAC nomenclature, or in fact the common name for the organic compound which consists of the aldehyde group, that is CHO. So for that I have few examples for which we have to give the common name as well as the IUPAC name to those organic compounds, and those are as follows that we are going to discuss. So now let us do that also. So this is the chemical formula of an aldehyde, and let us understand that what would be the common name and how can we give the IUPAC nomenclature to this organic compound. So talking about this one, this consists of 4 carbon atoms, that is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the common name of this is basically known as butyraldehyde. So I am mentioning the common name over here, and the common name is nothing but butyraldehyde. But what about the IUPAC nomenclature? For IUPAC nomenclature we have to follow certain rules that we have discussed in the following points, and those are, we have to assign the numbering. So I can write the structure of this chemical formula as this one, that is CH3, CH2, CH2, and this is C double bond OH. So as we know that this is the carbonyl group, or this is the aldehyde group that is being attached to this alkyl group, obviously this one should be numbered as carbon number 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the total number of carbon that are being assigned in a straight chain are basically 4. So that's the reason the name of this, in terms of an alkane, it would be known as butane. But obviously this is not an butane, this is an aldehyde. So that's the reason the name would be turned as the E of the alkane, it would be replaced by Al. So that's the reason the name of this is butane. So this is the first one that we have discussed about, and now let us discuss about the next one. So we are going to do the common name as well as the IUPAC name of the certain compounds that are very much important, and once we understand that, it would be very much easy for us to give the IUPAC nomenclature for any compound that consists of, that is, CHO group. So now let us discuss about the next one, and that is, so this is an organic compound, or this is the formula that is in front of you, and now let us discuss about the common. So the common name of this is assigned with the term alpha. As you could see over here that this is an aldehyde group, and the carbon that is attached to this aldehyde group is termed as alpha, and the another one is termed as beta. But as you could observe that this alpha carbon is attached with this methyl group, so that's the reason the common name, we are discussing about the common name here also, but our main intention should be that how can we give the IUPAC nomenclature. But it is also very much important to understand that how we can give the common name to the organic compound. So the name of this is alpha, because at alpha position we could see that its methyl group is been attached, so therefore alpha methyl, and the total number of carbon that are in a straight chain or in an aliphatic chain, it is basically 1, 2, 3. So it could be termed as propionaldehyde. So this was nothing but a common name. But the main important thing is IUPAC nomenclature. So the IUPAC name of this structure can be given as we have discussed over here, that is the carbonyl group of the aldehyde, it should be assigned as carbon number 1. So if this is carbon number 1, this is carbon number 2, and this is carbon number 3. So in this case, we could observe that is at carbon number 2, we can find the methyl group that has been attached to it. So that's the reason we could write the name or the IUPAC name as 2-methyl. And the total number of carbon that are in a straight chain is basically 3. So mentioning the name, which consists of 3 carbon, that is nothing but propane. But this is not a propane. This is an aldehyde. So therefore the name is propanol. Simple, that is 2-methyl propanol is the name of this organic compound. And now let us move on to the next one, and that is, so talking about this organic compound has a common name, and that is nothing but glyceraldehyde. So the common name that I am mentioning over here is glyceraldehyde. But now let us give the IUPAC nomenclature. So obviously this CHO group or this aldehyde group should be given as carbon number 1, this is carbon number 2, and this is carbon number 3. In this case, we could observe that is on carbon number 2 as well as on carbon number 3, there are 2 OH group or 2 hydroxy groups that are been attached to it. So that's the reason the name, or in terms of that is IUPAC name, we could give the IUPAC name as, that is 2,3 dihydroxy, and the total number of carbon that are being assigned in a straight chain or that are basically in a straight chain is basically 3. So 3 carbon atoms in terms of an alkane is known as propane. But obviously it is not a propane, this is an aldehyde, so that's the reason the name is propanol, that is 2,3 dihydroxy propanol. And now let us move on to the next one, that is CH2 double bond CHCHO. So the common name, it has been found, and that is to be termed as acrolein. But talking about the IUPAC nomenclature, obviously we have to start with this carbon only as carbon number 1. So this is carbon number 1, this is carbon number 2, and this is carbon number 3. But we could find that is carbon-carbon double bond between carbon number 2 and carbon number 3. Obviously, it will be termed as an alkene. Suppose if we don't consider that there is an aldehyde group over here, so obviously it is termed as alkene. But since it has an aldehyde group, obviously we should start the number from here. So the total number of carbon that are present in this aldehyde is basically 3, and that should be basically known as propanol. But it also consists of a double bond. So that's the reason that the IUPAC nomenclature for this one could be given as, that is prop. On the second position we could find the double bond, so prop 2 in, and obviously it is an aldehyde, so al. So prop 2 in al is the IUPAC name of this organic compound. And now let us move on to the next one. So this is the another one that we have, but in this case now a aromatic compound is basically attached to CHO. So now let us understand that we should give the priority to which functional group. Obviously there are 2 functional groups that have been attached over here, that is CHO and OH. It is the first thing that we have to give the numbering, and that is the carbon number 1 to this one, and again the carbon number 2 to this one. So benzene along with that of CHO, it is termed as benzaldehyde. But on the second position we could find a hydroxy group. So that's the reason the name, the IUPAC name, if you talk about the IUPAC name, it has been found to be 2-hydroxy and it is nothing but benzaldehyde. 2-hydroxybenzaldehyde. So talking about the more information, let me talk about this one. Suppose if CHO is basically it is attached to, that is benzene, the name it would be turned as benzene carbaldehyde. But benzaldehyde is a name that has been accepted by the IUPAC, so we can give the benzene carbaldehyde as benzaldehyde. So talking about the common name of this one, this is termed as salicylaldehyde. So now let us move on to the next one. So this is the organic compound that we have, and we have to give the common name for this one. So the common name of this is found to be known as thaldehyde, like phthalic acid as we know. So this is known as thaldehyde. And talking about the next one, that is the IUPAC name. What would be the IUPAC name for this one? As we know that this CHO is basically attached to the benzene, and obviously we understand that is whenever the CHO it is been attached to the benzene, the name is known as benzene carbaldehyde. So here not only one CHO that has been attached to the benzene, there are two CHO groups or two aldehyde groups that have been attached to the benzene. So that is the reason the IUPAC name for this one would be benzene. So this is carbon number 1 and this is could be assigned as carbon number 2. So benzene 1, 2, benzene 1, 2 dicarbonaldehyde. So this is what I was talking about, and now let us move on to the next one. So this is the structure that we have, and what is the common name for this one? Is basically it is being known as cinnamoldehyde. But how can we assign the IUPAC nomenclature for this one? It is very simple. If you talk about this carbon, obviously this carbon that is CHO group that is been assigned as carbon number 1, this is assigned as carbon number 2, and this is assigned as carbon number 3. So this is the aliphatic aldehyde that we have, and this is basically a benzene ring or an aromatic ring that has been attached to this long chain, that is CH double bond CH CHO. So obviously it is been termed as phenyl. So we could say that the name of this one could be, in terms of IUPAC, it would be named as 3-phenyl. And talking about this one, what would be the name of this one? Obviously this consists of 3 carbon atoms. Obviously we could say that it would be propene, but this is not a propene, this is an propenyl. So that's the reason the name of this is prop 2-enol. So this is the name for this organic compound. And now let's move on to the next one. So this CHO group is basically attached to this ring, and this ring is nothing but cyclopentane. So what would be the name for this one? As we have discussed about the third point, and that is it would be named as, I'm talking about the IUPAC name, so this could be named as cyclopentane carbaldehyde. So for now we are holding this lecture and we are going to move on to the next one. So I hope you have understood that how can we give the IUPAC nomenclature for aldehyde. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you have understood this video very clearly, and I hope you'll see me next time. So till then, don't forget to subscribe Ekeeda channel. Thank you so much.